special guest Ethan on his first episode. What's going on, guys?
Yo ho.
Hello. Haiti.
I think we've been trying to con Ethan into doing this for like since we've started, right? Like it's been a minute.
Yeah, we've been bugging him for a while.
Yeah.
Well, now that you're willing to pay my my fees for showing up, I'm happy to be.
Yeah, we're not paying you. We're only paying you in pain and heartbreak, as you know from last night. So, yeah, it's good. We're glad to have you, man. You got to join us for a normal episode sometime so we can go off on tangents because we keep this one pretty just about the movie. But
Waiting on Final Fantasy Part 2.
that's right, someday. Isaac, this week was your pick. Talk about it.
Yeah, so the movie we watched this week was Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. This is a Guy Ritchie movie. It's his first movie, actually. And I used to like his earlier stuff before he sort of branched out into other genres because they were kind of Tarantino-esque, the way he tells stories. They're not like as serious as Tarantino movies. They're more, you could actually even call this movie a comedy because it's pretty funny. It's like a comedy of errors. But I like the way he tells stories. It reminds me of Tarantino. So I like these Guy Ritchie movies. This movie specifically, what happens is there's a group of four friends, and they're kind of like, scraping by. They come up with this plan to each put in a bunch of money and give it to their other friend who's a good card player, and then he'll go into a high stakes game, win a bunch of money, and they'll all be rich. But it turns out that the game is rigged, so they lose all the money, and he ends up $500,000 in debt to this big crime boss, who gives them 1 week to come up with the money, or else he's going to start, cutting off fingers, taking his dad's bar, all that kind of stuff. And then, so the movie's about their plan to get the money back and how they're going to pay back this mob boss that they owe this money to. So hilarity ensues, but it's pretty. The way they tell a story, or way the story is written, is it's like maybe like 4 or 5 different stories that seem kind of separate, and then they sort of weave together, and it all comes together at the end. And it's a really cool way of making a movie, I think. Do you want me to do my ratings first and all that, or you want to go around?
We'll go around because I'll go first this time. We'll turn it over to Ethan, and then we'll do you last this time because I'm sure you have the most to say about it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. We talked about it last night. It was definitely different than a lot of stuff that I've watched. You kind of hit nail on the head with Tarantino-esque. I guess my only thing with it is, for me, it was hard to follow. I don't know if it's just because I'm old, but like once they start, they don't stop, right? Like the movie's so fast paced, and it's kind of hard for me to keep up with what's going on and who's doing what and all that stuff. But by the end of it, I definitely enjoyed it, and I like seeing the resolutions. I do like. Where was this film? Do you know?
London, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. It's
right in London. Yeah,
it's definitely an English movie, which I enjoyed.
Which is British, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they like the humor and stuff. I enjoyed that, and I don't know. I had a good time with it. So I'm gonna say 7 for me. Seven slices. Patrick.
Yeah, so this is actually a really good pick, Isaac. I really, really enjoyed this movie. I actually haven't seen it before. I thought I did, but I totally blanked on that. All I got to say, though, is Jason Statham. I mean, is he still 20 years old? Because he looks the same. Like, Rob texted me the other day, and he's like, is that Jason Statham? Is this when he's older? And I'm like, we're like, no, he was like 19. That was his first role. And
was it?
Yeah, that was his first role ever. And he literally took over the movie from the other people. If you watch this movie, you'll be like, wow, that guy's a really good actor compared to the other ones. And it's not even close. The other ones are okay. And there's a couple other people in there, like Vinnie Jones. He plays Big Chris in the movie. Vinnie Jones is also in like the movie like The Transporter and things like that with Jason Statham throughout his career. So it's kind of cool seeing that. I definitely give this I would say 8.5 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. Nice. It's Jason Statham kind of has fallen off for me over the years, but I think some of his earlier stuff is better because it seems like he plays the same character in every action movie he's in, right? But he apparently he's had a new one that is pretty high rated. Do you guys know what it's called? Like Beekeeper or something like that. Where is it?
Yeah.
Do you guys know anything about that?
What? Is this,
No.
Are you not joking? Beekeeper is a terrible movie.
Really?
Like I like Jason Statham. Beekeeper is just not. It's just not good. You know what I mean?
It's so highly rated though.
By
I
whom?
thought.
On what?
Maybe I'm thinking of something else, but I thought it was.
No,
like,
you're not. You're right on. It was a highly rated movie. I did see reviews for it.
Yeah, 71% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just,
Dude,
Ethan doesn't like.
I don't even look
stuff.
at Rotten. I'm an IMDb kind of guy, you know.
Do you have a problem with bees?
I have a problem with like movies that suck, so I didn't like The Beekeeper.
Oh,
That's all I got.
All right. Well, I guess we'll save the Beekeeper for another episode or something. Ethan, what about you, man? Thoughts on the movie?
All right, you guys did your homework, and I'm just going to talk about like I guess what I thought. But I don't know if I would say it was Tarantino-esque. I guess I probably disagree. Those are like, I feel like Guy Ritchie and Tarantino are two like pretty different styles in my opinion. I don't know. That's just my opinion. And of course, like every other like middle-aged white guy, I really enjoy Guy Ritchie.
yeah.
I like, I enjoy all of his movies. I personally think like some of his earlier stuff is the best. And the only thing that like kind of, and it's not even like a fair critique of the movie, but the only thing that really like sometimes pulls me out of like full enjoyment of the movie is that it was so early on that some of the like the lighting and the camera work and everything, you can tell like, all right, this wasn't done with the best of equipment. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
And so it's cool to see a movie for that's like the first movie in this dude's career. Allegedly, I didn't like fact check that. But yeah, it's a super fun movie to watch. I think I enjoy every Guy Ritchie movie aside from that one Jake Gyllenhaal Army movie. And then I wanted to go back and look, and you kind of hit it, Patrick. You're talking about what has everyone else done since then? Of course, Jason Statham, household name. Vinnie Jones is a pretty well-known name as well, and you see him in a lot of other stuff, to include other Guy Ritchie films. But I didn't really recognize too many other people, right? Bricktop, the dude who played Bricktop, I think. He's the narrator, right? And a bar back at the kid's father's bar, the main character's father's bar. But I meant to go and look and see, like, did the rest of these people become famous, like, in the UK? Are they are they more popular there? Because I definitely don't recognize really too many other people.
Well,
aside from those three.
I know one that is. That was Sting.
Sting, yeah.
So, Sting, right? He was the father of the bar.
Was he the dad? Yeah. I didn't recognize him until you said it.
Okay.
It didn't even click. It's hard not to enjoy a Guy Ritchie movie. I'm glad it was on the list because I hadn't seen that one in a while. I've watched all of them a handful of times and I just hadn't seen that one lately. I'd probably go, if 10 slices is the rating scale, which I think is a pretty large pizza. I would probably go 7, and then I'd cut another slice in half for 7.5 slices.
Oh, I thought you were going the other way to 6.5. I was glad to have.
No. I enjoy it quite a bit. It's really well done. It's very enjoyable to watch. Great story, and probably again, like, if it wasn't like the first movie, if the camera, the lighting, blah blah blah, if all that was like on par with his later work, it'd probably be 8.5. But sometimes it just feels like the school project or whatever.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I'm glad you pointed that out. I think that is a lot of what took me out of it as well, is just the style. It's very much a product of its time. It's very much somebody's first movie, right? Like, so.
Yeah.
It's 98.
Sometime, I mean, it was. I'm looking at his list right for filmography. It was his first feature film. I mean, he did a couple short films, one short film before that, and then it looked like a short film after Snatch. And then the rest is just movies. But yeah, it was good. Go ahead.
Sorry, you're talking about styles, and like you can see his style, right? And some of his later movies. And I know this isn't a podcast about Guy Ritchie, right? But it's fun to see, like, this is his first movie, and he's really, like, he's starting to play around with, like, the smash cuts, the voiceovers, the words on top of the screen. You know what I mean? He does it better in his later movies, but it's just cool to see, like, where it all started from. You know?
Did this remind you of Clerks? Like, I was a huge Clerks fan, so like the whole filmography from the point of view, like the grainy 98 style camera, what was the shot, like 8mm? I don't know, but it gave this whole vibe of being like this almost high level, high budget indie project. It was kind of weird, but I liked it.
Yeah, and I think sometimes I really like that in movies, like the indie feel of it, and sometimes it kind of takes me out of it. And I think this was the latter, just for me. Like I thought I enjoyed my time watching it, as I do most movies. We're big. I know Isaac and I are big movie people. I think Patrick is too. Ethan pretends he is, but then every time I ask him about a movie, he's never seen it. So it's
I actually hate movies.
Yeah.
He despises movies. He doesn't watch any movie without Tom Hardy in it. If Tom Hardy's in it, he's in. He's actually got the the first print of all 3 Venom movies hanging on his wall. So it's
I did watch what's the Guy Ritchie movie? Tom Hardy.
Is there a Tom Hardy one? Because I'll watch that right after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm blanking on the name right now.
God, I'm thinking of it. It was really good.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, Isaac, you want to start talking about your stuff while we're looking this up, because we're all
Mobland.
doing it right now. Mobland, okay. Should I watch it? Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Isaac, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, thanks for watching with me. To go back to sort of the Tarantino thing, because we had some disagreement on that point. It's the way the storytelling is, like the way the different strings are all tied together. It's the same way Tarantino. It's the same way Tarantino does it. And I think the best example of that is the guy on fire, right? Remember when they go up to the door and like this guy on fire comes out of the bar and they just look at him for a second. They're like, we'll just go in. And you don't find out until later why this guy was on fire. It's a really funny moment. But that's like a Tarantino thing to do.
Sure.
And yeah, to sort of touch on like the whole evolution of Guy Ritchie's like filmmaking, this is his first movie, and you can definitely tell just the way it was made. But he kind of perfects this same sort of storytelling through the next 3 movies that he makes. So the next one that came out is Snatch, which is an awesome one. It's got Brad Pitt in there doing the gypsy that nobody can understand. That's hilarious. And then he made another one called Revolver, which I actually don't think I've seen, but it's the same sort of idea. And then after that, there's Rock'n'Rolla, which is another good one. So if you sort of like this sort of storytelling and this kind of like even the same topic, it's all like criminal, like underground story stuff, check out those next 3 movies because they're all really good. Snatch is probably the best one, but Rock'n'Rolla is pretty good as well. Right up there.
Are you going to be mad if I've never seen Snatch?
No, but you should definitely go watch it. It's so good.
I got it queued up right now.
That you can't understand, Brett. There's on the DVD on that there was a feature where you could turn on subtitles just for Brad Pitt because you cannot understand him. Yeah, it's so fun.
I love when Brad Pitt plays like comedy roles, instead of serious roles. And Mobland was actually not directed by Guy Ritchie. He was just a producer.
Ooh.
So it looks like Mobland was created by Ronan Bennett, starring Tom Hardy and Pierce Brosnan. But it definitely looks good.
Are you sure that's not the old Mobland?
I mean, I don't know. I just typed in Mobland and it says Tom Hardy.
Oh, okay.
And it looks like it's a show.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Isaac, did you give us your slices? I think I cut you off before that.
Wait.
Nope, that's it. Solid 7 slices for this one.
7? Your own movie and you're giving it 7 slices.
Well, it's dated. You can tell it's dated, and it's a first attempt at a movie. Just the quality is really. The story is awesome, and the way it's told is awesome. But yeah, there's as far as a movie and overall experience, you can tell it's really old at this point.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Yeah, it was a good pick, man. It was a good pick. Patrick, do you have something else to say? You look like you're about to jump out of your chair.
Yeah, I was about to curse you out because Mobland is directed by Guy Ritchie. It's created by Ronan Bennett, but not directed by him.
Let's see. I don't even know what I'm looking at now. Then Wikipedia's got it wrong because Guy Ritchie is only listed under the producers, and it's not listed under his filmography on his Wikipedia.
Oh,
Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You're right. I'm right. Who cares? But I'm right. So
I don't know about that, buddy.
I've got a lot of Claire Obscure to play. So we're going to be cutting this short soon. Well, not short. We're right at the 15-minute mark. Next week, I believe, is a Patrick pick. Any idea what you're going to throw at us?
I have a really good one. I'm not going to tell you now. We'll talk about it on the pod next week, and
I like
we'll
it.
release it.
Okay. Are you going to tell us what it is in the chat so we can put it on the title and everything so people can get watching it?
For sure.
Okay. And actually, Epic brought up a great point while we were talking. He's been full of great points lately. I'm not used to this. It's got to be everything he's going through in life right now. He said that he wished he watched that movie closer to the podcast so it was still fresh in his mind.
Oh yeah.
So I recommend for anyone that wants to do the podcast with us, watch it in the second week. We talk about what it is in the first week with each other, but watch it so it's still fresh in your mind. When did you watch this one, Isaac?
Friday night, so just two days ago. So
yeah, that's when I watched it too, and I think Epic watched it last week, right?
Yeah, last week. So I hit some points, but time wipes all. So
yeah.
When did you watch it, Ethan?
It's his Tesla died.
Yeah, his Tesla died. Okay. Ethan, thanks for joining us, even though you can't talk to us right now. It's lots of fun having you. Hopefully you'll be able to join us for a regular episode sometime. I think it'd be lots of fun. All right. We just saw Ethan's face while we're done with the episode. I'll actually post Ethan's face as the cover art. Yeah, I can hear you. So I think that's it, unless you guys have anything else for the day. Nope. All right. As always, be kind to yourselves, each other, and your insides, because Pizza After Midnight's a young man's game. Later.
Peace.
See ya.
See ya.